the previous exercise, generating random number. This time we want to generate another 100 random numbers between 10 and 500, but we also want to calculate their total sum. So we are merging the algorithm that we showed you for basically calculating total sum of multiple numbers and generating random numbers here. Well, in this example, we don't have any input, so we don't need to read because our data is generated randomly. But because we want to generate random number, obviously we have to import random. Then we need to create or initialize our total sum variable, and because we are calculating total sum, its initial value is 0. Then we need to have a for loop that counts 100 times. We can do it with while, but a for loop is easier here because we know exactly how many times we want to iterate some statements, and that's 100 times. Then inside the loop, we need to generate the random number, and it's a good idea to also print it so the users know what random numbers are generated, and then we can add it to the total sum. So in order to generate a random number, we can just use random rand_int, and it needs to be between 10 and 500. Both of them are inclusive. So 10 and 500. Then we just print the random number generated. We can have a nice message as well. Random number. I want to say first random number, second random number, third random number. But remember, by default, I here will start from 0 and going up to 99. So if you want to say first, second, that means if you want to start from 1, you need to say I plus 1. And is rand. Then we can say total sum assigned by total sum plus rand. That's your code. And finally, we can print the total sum. And that's it. So it's going to generate, you can see, the first time it's 1. If I take this out, this plus 1 out, it's going to start from 0. So because we want to print 1 starting from first random number, not the 0th random number, we just add this plus 1 in here. And remember, we are not going I assigned by I plus 1 because we are not changing the value of I. We just say whatever is the value of I, add 1 to it and then print it. Don't change I at all. And 100 random numbers generated, and their total sum is this number. And obviously, every time that you run the program, you get a different result because the random numbers generated will be different. For example, another set of random numbers again, and another result.